channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera, and today I'm going to be reviewing an English classic called Northanger Abbey. I shall be reviewing the book, which was written by Jane Austen and published in 1817, and its 2007 film adaptation starring Felicity Jones, J.J. Field, Carey Mulligan, Liam Cunningham, and more. Before I begin though, let me just say that this will be a spoiler-free video, so you can sit back and enjoy. Okay, so I've always loved history and watching period dramas. I've loved reading since I was 14, becoming a bibliophile thanks to English classics, and of course you have to read Jane Austen's works when you're first introducing yourself into this literary genre. So at one point I must have heard of Northanger Abbey. I can remember exactly how it was I came aware of this story. It was either because of my love for Jane Austen or because I loved BBC productions and they had made this movie about it. I do kind of have a hazy memory of watching a YouTube video of a lot of romantic scenes of period dramas, and there's one moment when the protagonists of Northanger Abbey are together and he leans down to clean her cheek, and that stayed very vividly with me, so I was like kind of desperately wanting to see where that scene came from, and apparently it was from Northanger Abbey, so maybe that's how I first heard of it. But yeah, I first saw the movie, I really loved it, and then I decided to read the book. I've seen the movie, it's here on YouTube, I don't know, like 5 times over the years, and the book, this is the second time that I've reread it. I wanted to do so for this video. It was high time that I started reviewing Jane Austen classics. This is the story of Catherine Morland, a pretty 17-year-old girl of modest means with a sweet, impulsive, naive personality, and we are first introduced to her by Jane Austen telling us that no one would have supposed her to become a heroine when she was a child. Anyway, the story starts when Catherine is invited by some friends to go to Bath with them. This is the first time Catherine is going out into the world, since she lives a secluded, idyllic life in the country. Once she is in Bath, she meets all sorts of fascinating characters. From Isabella Thorpe, a feisty, man-hungry young woman, to the Tilneys, a rich family composed of Captain Tilney, a widower, with 3 grown-up children, 2 sons and a daughter. The second son is called Henry, and he and Catherine hit it off right from the start. He loves to tease her, and she's so inexperienced with being teased that it's very funny to see their interactions together. Eventually, though, the Tilneys invite Catherine to stay over at their home, Northanger Abbey. Since Catherine loves to read Gothic literature like The Mysteries of Udolpho and The Monk, she had once believed that Northanger Abbey must be a haunted place, and her imagination makes her determined to find out what happened to Henry's mother, whose death seems to hold some sort of dark, mysterious secret. I gave Northanger Abbey, both the book and the movie, a 4 out of 5 stars review, and I highly recommend them to any English classic lovers out there. They're my 4th favorite Jane Austen story, and I think it's so cool to see her writing range. Like, she gives us Persuasion, which is this really mature work, and then she gives us Northanger Abbey, which is very light and comic, and it's great to see the contrast between these tales and study how she evolves as a writer through her works. But yeah, as to the book, I think that it reads really easily, it's witty, and while the movie is not a perfect adaptation, I do prefer it to the book. Felicity Jones just steals the show with all her facial reactions whenever she's being shocked or surprised or teased, and then since she loves Gothic literature, she always has these dreams where she's either kidnapped or being held by a vampire or being chased by robbers, and they're really funny sequences. Also, I think that Mr. Tilney is one of Jane Austen's most perfect men, and J.J. Field gives us a really cute performance of him. And yeah, even though Catherine was a bit naive, and since I'm way older than her, I found her a bit childish and stuff, I think that it was interesting to see how I could identify with her when I was a teenager, and now that I'm older, I can still identify with her and admire her and think of her as a role model. I mean, her heart is in the right place. She's led a very sheltered life, but she doesn't let society corrupt her. Her only flaw is that her imagination runs away with her, but I think that I most treasure about myself is my imagination. So I found that kindred spirit in Catherine. Oh, and also J.J. Field plays a sort of Darcy figure in the movie Austenland, so it was nice to see him acting there like a very sort of Mr. Darcy, and then see him here where he's always teasing and being playful. I'm sure that there are other adaptations of Northanger Abbey out there. I haven't seen them yet, but I probably will one day, and if I love them, I'll review them. So yeah, for the moment, I believe that this is all I have to say about Northanger Abbey. Thank you so much for watching my review of it. Please let me know if you enjoyed it or not. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you did. Let me know what are your own thoughts on this book, the author, the movie, anything that's relevant. In the description box below, you can find a link to the book's Goodreads page and a link to the film's IMDb page. Anyways, I'm Caro Herrera, the Mental Traveler, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care and goodbye!